People of CONvergence, welcome to Sunday morning. Are you awake? You sure? Acceptable. Well, here we are. We're Harisen Daiko, here for the 9th time, performing on the CONvergence stage for you. Now, I'm going to squint real hard and do this so I can actually see you a little bit. Who here has seen Taiko before? Okay, that's pretty good. Keep your hands up, but now take them down if you've not seen us before. Oh God, that was a very small difference. Oh, the only okay. News flash group, we are the only Taiko. I didn't know this yesterday. I know this today. But all right, so now that I know your frame, you can put your hands down, that's thank you. But now that I know your frame of reference, I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure. So how many of you, now show of hands again, were dragged here for the first time by someone you care about in some fashion? Okay, we're gonna try very hard not to make the person you care about look silly. All right, but here we'll get started right away here. And we've got a song to begin with you today that has to do with a person who's unfortunately no longer with us. Robert Sauer was a member of the Taiko community for many, many years. And we dedicated this song to him. And like any good Minnesotan in February, it's got a lot of layers. So this song is based on a song called Hokai Minyo Cho, which in turn is based on even older folk songs like Soran Bushi. You can Google those later if you really care to. But the point of this is we picked this very storied and layered song for Bob because Bob's involvement in Taiko here in the Twin Cities was really deep. He never actually worked with any one group explicitly or exclusively. He worked with a bunch of us, and there have been up to 6 Taiko groups here in Minnesota at any given time. Well, not at any given, at specific times. I'm trying not to say false things. But the point is, he just kind of moved between us, supported us with his time, with his effort, sometimes financially, and we were one of his benefactors, and we're very grateful to Bob for everything he did for us. So to describe how we interacted with Taiko in a meaningful way, we made this song for him. So we hope you enjoy Orbit.
Hi there. We hope you enjoyed Orbit, but for this next piece, we're going to be kicking up the energy level considerably. So in case you haven't seen Taiko before, although it doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of you there in that boat, but in case you haven't, you might be thinking, well, this is a musical performance in an auditorium. This is one of these things where you sit there and you quietly and politely enjoy the music and then politely clap when it's done. This is not that show. This is Taiko. So for this next song, you're going to notice that we're going to be up here basically shouting at each other, at you, at everything. That's a thing called kiai, which we do it to keep our energy up, we do it to give energy to each other. And I'm here to tell you that you can too. Basically, if you feel like shouting, shout. We like it. It lets us know that you're enjoying the show. It lets us know you haven't died. So, knowing that, the next song we're going to do here is called Hazumi. Hazumi is a song by Kogen Taiko, which was the first taiko group in Minnesota. They are currently in an indefinite hiatus, but we owe them quite a lot, both for bringing taiko to the state and also because they have given us permission to continue this particular song of theirs in our own way. Now, Hazumi is Japanese, translates roughly to spring or rebound or momentum. And why I tell you that is because basically, if watching this next piece you can't tell why it's called Hazumi, it means we played it wrong. So, please enjoy Hazumi.
next one, so I have to stall for time. Which is apropos since I'm the one who wrote the next one. So you can blame me or congratulate me, you know, as you see fit. Wait till the end of the song. I don't deserve it yet. So the next song is entitled Nox Saltatus, which I'm sure everyone remembers Latin, right? In case someone forgot, or you know, for the youngsters out there, it roughly translates as the night dances. So either the night personified or dances you do at night. Your pick. Historically, the name derives from the idea of when drummers are between the drums and moving, and it's akin to dancing, or at least that's what we've been told. So, they're all ready. I'm ready. I'll see you over there. unison. Many of the motions in this next piece are inspired by movements that are found in Taiji. The composer was attending a Taiji retreat in Montana when he had the idea of incorporating some of those movements into a song that he was writing for his taiko students. Many iterations later, we have arrived at a piece that's meant to invoke visions of cloud formations drifting past hills and mountains. So whether it does that for you or not, we hope that you will enjoy Of Sky and Clouds. so excited to introduce this upcoming song to you guys. But to give context before I actually introduce it, let's rewind the clock a little bit. 2020 happens, and lockdowns happen, and we as a group are trying to figure out what we're going to do. We start meeting online, we start doing Zoom together, and for like the first couple of months, it's mostly just checking in. How are you guys doing? What are you watching? What are you fun? How are people? And somewhere in there, we were like, we should probably do something techno. And little did we know, in 2019, a group called Kodo, everybody has heard of Kodo? One of the best techno groups in the world, introduced what they call the Kodo One Earth music program, where they took songs and started taking songs, made a number of video tracks from different angles to try and teach people different music to kind of combat this idea of some groups having some songs, some not, like to kind of bring people together with music with different kinds of things. And so we came across this song called Shunpu that Kodo was teaching how to play. And so we learned how to do drums on Zoom, which was a weird process. Turns out you gotta mute everybody. And we practiced and played, and then we started doing stuff in person, and we were like, oh boy, that is way different in person than online. We thought we sounded so great. And so we've been polishing the song for the last couple of years. We're so excited to premiere this, bring this out to you guys. And play a song by Kodo, which is my dream. So here we have Shunpu is written by Kodo, adapted by us. Somewhere.
So this is a brand new song. The song we played for that, just before that, Sky and Clouds, was one of the songs we played for you the very first time we played here at CONvergence in 2013. So, in a way, although I said before, we have performed here on this stage, now's the 9th time. We actually skipped a year because of all that Zoom stuff Scott was talking about before, right? So we're 10 years old as a taiko group as of this time. Thank you. It's good to be old enough to really want a new Technic Lego set. So while we're kind of at this stage in our development, it's also kind of important to understand that we've been doing so much stuff for so long that we want to make sure that nobody gets bored. I mean, not us and not you, otherwise, this could get tiny and depressing. Nobody wants that. But this is also that point in the program, which I'm sure you're aware is where stuff gets a little weird. You're up for that? So, for those of you who have been brought along, how many of you were prepared for this next part? It sounds like you were kind of prepared, so I'm hoping this is going to go okay. All right, looks like we're pretty much set up here on stage, so excuse me for just 1 second. I have to get something from the basement. Definitely not a Dalek. Bad news, I'm afraid. I found something terribly disturbing on the TARDIS scanner. It turns out a local anomaly has shown up in CONsuite and is turning all of the food into everything bagels. I know, the carbs alone. What's fascinating about this particular anomaly is it seems particularly susceptible to bears. Any sort, teddy bears, gummy bears, ball bearings, doesn't seem to matter. But as we're in the middle of a science fiction convention and a musical performance of some sort, and have a taiko group handy, let's go with music composed by Bear McCreary. Which, as he's more prolific than the average bear, will make things a little difficult to choose from, and we have to choose carefully. You there, local knowledge, been to CONsuite? Had a bagel? All right, good. What's the first word that jumps into your head when I say the word stability?
Stability.
Wait. I should have seen that coming. Come back here. How about the 5th word?
Foundation?
Uncanny. That will do nicely, thank you. Foundation.
choose next? Come on, brain. Think you've got this? Oh, I know. I need something that rings out like a hammer on an anvil. That will help me suss out the resonance curve. If only I had a hammer.
No, you have to be worthy to hold Mjolnir, so I'll hold it for you.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, okay. Meow Meow says we smack it with Nori Brandyfoot from Rings of Power.
What was that? You're going by Meow Meow now? Really? Meow Meow? Oh, I cannot believe you'd betray me like this. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Special sensors. Like the kind you can find on a droid. I like droids. Droids are cool. Now, does anyone up here have one they can lend me? About their person? Well, this is enough to make one lose faith.
Find your lack of faith disturbing.
Handles! You beauty! This wasn't the droid I was looking for, but I'm not complaining. Okay. Handel says we need to play Outlander, but since we don't have any bagpipes, I don't think we'll get off scot-free.
Well, that's done something. The anomaly seems to be reacting as though it's deeply offended. That's anomalous. Even for an anomaly, that's anomalous. I hope all that offensive energy doesn't spill over. What a colorful fellow. I say, are you grievously wounded?
I'm not dead.
Do you need a bandage?
I'm getting better.
Are you quite sure? Do you need a jelly baby? I have a feeling that things may be teetering on the brink of disaster. We'll need to push back with the heaviest thing we've got, and that will barely scratch the surface. Better bring in more drums! As for what to play, I don't think there's much of a choice. Godzilla and Mothra next, I think.
Fantastic. That wasn't offensive at all, not even slightly rude. But that bagel factory is still randomly adapting, and we need to suss out where this thing is going next. I need a compass. Hey, you! Do you have a compass on you?
Avast! Though I do be a person of piratical experience, that does not go to follow that I curtain around a lot of navigational gear.
Yes, but you do have one.
That's beside the point.
Thanks much. For my next trick, I'll use it to check the polarity of the neutron flow. Oh dear, the anomaly is getting all organized and orderly. So resist, we need lawlessness and chaos. Better play Black Sails, just to be sure.
what you call a minor success. Hey, you think of a joke about gold? They can't all glitter.
Legitimate salvage.
So, while that wasn't precisely what I was expecting, it was certainly chaotic. And if I'm a bit confused, I expect the anomaly will be positively baffled. Excellent work. But speaking of anomalous things, I've had a call from a spaceship in orbit. They say they're infested with TOUSs. I'm having them bring one down so we can have a look. This is the TOUS.
Yes, a tribble of unusual size. It's been eating those everything bagels. Do you think that's what made it so big?
I'm a doctor, not a vet.
Well, we'll have to find something else for it to eat.
Sounds good. Okay, well, judging by this latest tribulation, I think we're looking at nothing less than a prelude to all-out war, which we can play. We need to play Prelude to War from Battlestar Galactica. So serial!
Almost there. Yeah. The anomaly is beginning to disentangle. In fact, some of the bagels are beginning to look like fruits. Just hope it's not pears. Well, no matter. One more Bear McCreary song should do the trick. But... oh boy. I'm seeing a manifold quantum spike. It's influencing nearby entity to try and stop us. It looks like they're going to throw everything they can at us, from everywhere, all at once. That's hardly seen fair. What do we do?
Hold yourself.
Oh.
They will try to stop us. They will fail.
Whoa. You can't wave that thing around here. It's not even peace bonded.
No matter. I do not need weapons to do what must be done.
No. First of all, we don't have anything like special effect budgets to pull off whatever you got in mind. Besides, any violence or death at this con suite will only make things worse. So you just have to be nice. as in non-violent.
I do not understand.
Okay, of course you don't. You know what? We need to get you a different set of skills. What? Oh, I know. First jump.
What?
You know, first jump. Whatcha! We need the kindness of Kratos that got a puppy as a child.
A puppy.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, whatcha! Looks great.
No! No! I will not kill him.
Looks good.
Nor will I kill you, but I also will not woocha! There is no time. New plan. First, take this, clean it off thoroughly. Second, every foe has a weakness that may be exploited. Find them, bring them to me. Then we'll see about your non-violence.
All right. If we're doing that, we should probably play your song, Mr. God of War, to give all that aggression somewhere to go, since you seem to have it all in hand.
Go now!
LLZ! Sort of it. Yeah, Rice Crisp, bits of soup. The con suite has distinctively unbageled.
Yes, very good. Saved everybody. But now we have to clear out to make room for the...
This has been fun, you're right. You know, saving the con, supporting fans, tell me why I'm leaving.
Yes, very good. But now we have to...
Wait, but I don't want to go!
Well, hey, I hope you liked the show so far, and that you've had a good time. Now, if you're interested in seeing some more of this, not necessarily the nonsense that we just did, but the earlier stuff, if you want to see more of that this summer, we are going to be at a few other places here in the Twin Cities. Next week, in fact, on Sunday, we'll be at Sister Cities Day at Nicollet Island. doing just 15 minutes to open the event. Then later in July, we'll be at eShow, where we're performing with 2 other local taiko groups for an hour-long performance at the Harriet Bandshell. And then in August, we'll be at Como Park for Obon, as we are basically every time they do it. So if you're interested in any of that, you can watch Facebook or check out the calendar page on our website. We're keeping all of that up to date. Now, if you'll excuse me for a second, I've got to check something in the basement. I think I left the gas on. Now, you made it very clear last year just how critical it is that there be an encore. I understand. However, the wild universe and genre blending we have just engaged in to solve our little bagel problem has been very hard on the fabric of space-time. And I'm not sure we can afford to take that kind of risk.
We can totally do an encore. The fabric of space-time is fine.
Hey, you can't bring that out here. Why not? That's incredibly dangerous. If something were to happen to that, we could all suffer a terrible fate. You hand that over this instant.
Never gonna happen.
Did he just run off with the fabric of space-time? Oh, very mature. What are you, 11? that is our time. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Enjoy the rest of CONvergence.